This is the Normal Nerd Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And what else we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Cerisia.
And I'm your host, whose new favorite saying is the Southlands are in trouble, Davis Bates.
This episode, we'll be reviewing The Rings of Power. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo.
Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Final series, season finale, whatever.
Yeah, season finale.
Yes.
Came out Friday,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Today is Friday for us, but Saturday for us, whatever. Fuck it,
Time. What is time?
Time means nothing.
It's a concept.
It's a concept, yes.
Yeah. So last episode was pretty good. I got my own complaints about it, but I'd rather talk about what's good so far about it.
Sure.
I thought I thought how they tried to give us one last Sauron, misdirection was pretty fun, and
yes.
I thought those acolytes of Sauron were pretty sick. Those were some very cool, great magic fights. Can't complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
I was really big fan of how evil and creepy they looked and all that shit, and bad people.
Bad people. Ugly people.
Very ugly people. Very gross, wraithy people. I thought, and then you have, Eminem in there somehow. The real Slim Shady. As the internet has deemed her.
Is that what the internet has said?
Yeah, I forget which one she is. She's not the aesthetic or the nomad. She's like another one. I think she's like the wanderer or something. I don't know.
Okay.
They all have their different names in IMDb, and I don't remember them. And the fact that she doesn't talk that much. So
well, she's dead.
She's not dead. Well, might be dead.
She got turned into butterflies.
Yeah, turned into butterflies. Yeah, which I liked, but makes me concerned because I really don't want this guy to be Gandalf. The guy, he's an Ishtari. They have established that. That's one of the wizards of Middle-earth, for any of you who don't know that, the Ishtari.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want him to be Gandalf. And Gandalf, as we know from the books and the movies, many of the movies, he has that thing with the butterflies, where he'll...
Yes.
Okay, every now and again he catches a butterfly, and then that usually means the eagles are coming, because he can, tell the eagles or some shit like that.
Oh.
So I hope he's not Gandalf. I'd rather it be a blue wizard, especially since they're heading east now to Rune. The Blue Wizards, the little that we know of them canonically, we pretty sure they went out to the east and were messing with the shit out there, with Sauron shit out there, trying to keep it, keep people, the men out there from being corrupted and all brought together. Didn't work too well, but they tried. So I'm hoping that's what he is, but it looks more and more every time like he's going to be Gandalf,
Could be a misdirect.
Could be a misdirect. They did try. Yeah, they're not phenomenal misdirects in this show, though, For what? So, on the internet, everyone was either there were a lot of Sauron candidates, and Halbrand and Meteor Man there, the Ishtari, they were pretty much the two that were in the running. So I like the little misdirect they tried to give us at the beginning of the episode by trying to make Meteor Man Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the show didn't have a ton of surprises in it, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. But
incorrect. What? If you're not a huge Lord of the Rings nerd, this all would have been a surprise to you.
Well, unfortunately, there are a lot of Lord of the Rings nerds out there. So,
that's like being how we always talk oh, Ned's death is crazy in a Game of Thrones. I never see it coming. It's well, if you read the books, you would have known it was coming.
But you didn't see it coming in the books either.
Yeah, but you would have known it was coming. If you watched the show. I'm saying if you
none of this is actually anything. None of this ever happened to you before yet, though.
I know what I'm saying. What I'm saying, if you
it's not in the books anywhere.
I know, but I'm saying if you read the books and say this Hellbrand part was in the books,
sure,
that would have been a misdirect from the book.
What?
I'm saying if say this was written in the book,
sure,
it would have been a misdirect.
What, Halbrand being Sauron?
Yeah, and if you didn't know all that stuff,
I'm sure. I'm saying there's not a lot of misdirects on the show, and this one wasn't that good.
I thought it was pretty good.
I didn't think it was that good.
I didn't know all this stuff. If I didn't know all this stuff, if you never told me this stuff, I would have been oh shit, Halbrand's Sauron.
Okay, fair enough.
Because if you don't know the gift thing, which it was really cool, cool.
It was very good. Really they integrated it really well. When he was Sauron, they integrated it really well.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot.
When you first told me on the podcast, you're oh, it could be Sauron. I was really? And you're well, the blacksmith. I was oh shit, I didn't know any of that.
Okay.
So if you don't know any of this stuff, it's a pretty good misdirect.
Sure.
If you do know the stuff, which you're right, there's a huge lot of Lord of the Rings. Yes, it's no misdirect. You guys called it a mile away.
Sure, yes. If you're ignorant, yes, I understand how you would not know anything.
Ignorant? I don't think it's ignorant.
Yeah, everyone should know about Lord of the Rings. Yes. If you haven't at this point, you're ignorant. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it goes forward from here. But I enjoyed how they, like, when Halbrand was finally Sauron, they were showing how, like, you know, they're discussing how, like, he manipulated Galadriel the entire time and all the people and all the bad stuff he was doing, which I really liked. I liked that a lot. And his Anatar, the bringer of gifts, was a really good thing that they were showing him doing.
Yeah.
So I liked that a lot.
I know a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, if Halbrand Sauron, like, he did all these good things. I think that's advanced evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just going out and destroying things and killing everybody.
Yeah.
That's like general evil.
Yeah,
like,
that's like you're playing easy mode.
Exactly.
Like, you know, anyone could do that.
Manipulating and deceiving people, and eventually probably will be killing thousands.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Is advanced evil. You're an advanced evil person.
Oh, yeah,
like,
he's a manipulator, yeah.
You enjoy manipulating people and then telling them, like, I was evil the entire time, you idiot.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. He's king of
Because he could have, like, kept
Prince
lying.
Yeah.
He could have kept lying.
He could have kept going.
But he was just like, fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
She figured it out.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We're good.
I'll try to make it like it's her fault.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that was really good. My only concern with that is I'm not sure how they're going to do some. So they jumped off a cannon a little bit here towards the end of the episode. The 3 rings get forged after the 9 and 7 because Halbrand, Sauron, Anatar, or whatever is there to help forge them. Like, he gives the designs. He is like there. That's why. To dive real deep here fast. The 3 rings are forged by Celebrimbor after the 9 and 7 are, and they are more resistant to Sauron's corruption because they weren't forged. He wasn't in on the process to make those. However, they're still made with Sauron's design for the rings, just modified by Celebrimbor. So that's why that's why they're still susceptible to the 1 ring. Now, what I wish they had kept in, this is probably the only thing I wish they had kept in the series, is my biggest grievance, is that they revealed to Galadriel and Elrond and Celebrimbor and all that stuff, they revealed that he's Sauron, I think, too early. Because one of the best parts about Sauron is that he made all these rings and all this stuff, and then he goes to Mordor and forges the 1 ring. And in the instant that he finishes completing it, that's when the elves find out. The elves that have the rings find out that they are betrayed and all this stuff. And they take off their rings immediately. Yeah, so good. I don't understand. Unless Galadriel still being manipulated, which he definitely could be. I don't understand why she would keep forging these. Why she would push forward with this plan to create these rings that are tainted by Sauron. You know, just from the character that she's been in the show, I think she would have been like, nah, fuck this plan, destroy him, fuck the elves, whatever, get out of here. Because Sauron's terrible. You know. And I know she's been trying to grow throughout the show and all this stuff. I'm not complaining about any of that. But my running bet is that she's still being manipulated in some way by Sauron, for sure. That's why they pushed forward with the forging of the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense if that she's so manipulated. It would not make sense if she wasn't manipulated. You're correct. I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm saying makes sense a lot. But I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Because I feel like, you were saying how the 9 and the 7 are made first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that... I feel like that would have been cooler if they did that.
Yes. I didn't like that they just jumped right to the elven rings.
Yeah, I think that would have been cooler.
It's like, you know, the rings of power are, you know, the ones that they're all the 9, the 7, and the 3. It's not just the 3. Although the 3 have a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of focus on them because Galadriel has one eventually and Gandalf has one and Elrond has one. They're the most powerful rings, yes. But they're not the most influential rings in Middle-earth.
Yeah.
Because the 9 were.
That's why I was like, yeah, it would have been cool. Maybe
we'll see how they move forward. I'm not saying that this like kills the show.
I'm just trying to think of like how to think like how they're gonna make it work. Because like it just would have been fine if they just like made the 9 and 7 first.
Exactly.
Like,
you know, that's what I was. Yeah.
And we made these ones first.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, that's kind of what I was hoping for. But and then they could have like. So I think they just revealed. I think what I'd rather they had done in the show was that this season we don't know who Sauron is. Maybe like if it's Halbrand, everyone's guessing. Yeah, but it doesn't get revealed this season. And then they go through and introduce us to all of the kings that are going to get the 9 rings throughout. Like they start introducing us to them as they are like forging the rings and stuff, so cool. That we like get to know the ring wraiths more. And maybe they will. Maybe they definitely will moving forward in the show. Who knows?
I think the only thing though is that they could not reveal that Halbrand was Sauron without having Halbrand had to help, right?
Yes. 100%.
The second he helped,
yes,
every Lord of the Rings nerd goes,
facts.
This guy's Sauron, guys.
Facts. I mean, I did that. The moment he was in the workshop, it's like, Sauron. It's Sauron.
So
it's Sauron.
They're like, we could have him do it, and yes, for people who aren't Lord of the Rings nerds, they wouldn't know, but every Lord of the Rings nerd is going to spoil this immediately.
Oh, they will, 100%.
So the second he helps, like,
Yeah.
in which you have to show him helping.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, that's why I know Lord of the Rings fans would spoil it immediately, but like, just keep forging forward with the show, keep making a good, like, even if we spoil the surprise, it's still better to forge like the more concrete storyline than it is to just like try and like end the surprise faster.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just think they were just trying to be like,
No, I agree with you. I think they were. And I think I think
Yeah.
this is just one of those instances where they should have just like said like, fuck it. We'll make more surprise storylines. We should just forge, this one concrete canon one that we have. And
do the 9 and
make
7
it,
first.
get that done. But whatever.
They could have done the 9 and 7 first and just revealed he was Sauron at the end of the episode.
Oh, that definitely could have.
They could just
definitely
done
could
that.
have. Yeah, 100%. Yes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward, especially now that he's Halbrand, Sauron is actually going back to Mordor, which we'll probably see the construction of Barad-dûr and everything, which is Sauron's tower, Mount Doom. You know where in the movie where the eye is. Yeah. So because that's what he does. He goes back so after the rings are forged, he goes back to Mordor, forges the one in the fires of Mount Doom, and then he finishes the Tower of Barad-dûr with it, and then then starts using his armies to go fuck shit up. So it'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward with him. I am digging the actor as Sauron though. I think he's good. Really, really good.
This guy's a good actor.
Yeah.
Also, this whole thing with Sildor, it's hard for prequels to add in drama for characters.
Yeah.
That's why you have to add new characters. You have to add characters that don't exist and stuff like that in canon, just so you're like, okay, if we kill them, they die.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like the leader of the Harfoots, very sad.
Oh yeah.
Sadak.
Sarek, whatever his name is.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like that guy a lot. Sucks he died.
Yeah.
But they add characters like that. But the thing with the Sildor, they try to add a little drama. Once again, if this is your only thing of Lord of the Rings that you've ever done, that's weird. At least watch the movies.
Seriously,
movie,
you gotta. The movies are amazing.
Yeah, but
and read the books too.
The Sildor, the whole thing, he's like, he could be dead. It's like, you could have brought him back by now.
Yeah, that's
Sildor
does not die until much later on in this, later on in the actual movies.
Yeah, so you could have brought him back. By now.
You could have been. Yeah, you don't need to do the charade of ooh, is he really alive and doing things? He's alive. We all know unless they're diverging from canon miserably, which they're not. He's gonna be alive and well and all this stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, that's just that's a little weird one. It's you could have brought him back by now.
Yeah, you definitely could have.
We all know he's alive.
Yes,
especially because you didn't see him die.
Facts.
Classic anime rule: if you don't see him die, they're alive.
Not dead. Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But overall, I think the series has been pretty interesting. I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. It's like watching a movie every time.
That is true. Even this episode was it was just so big and it was very interesting. Unfortunately, no dwarves this episode.
I know.
It was one of the first episodes, second episode without dwarves. It's
I was waiting for it.
Sad. I missed the dwarves.
I did like the scene a lot where Halbrand revealed he was Sauron, and then pretty much was own Galadriel's mind, and took her. It was just I love good evil where they're I'm good.
Yeah,
and you're like, but you're not. Yeah. All right, Taravangian,
exactly,
relax.
Yeah. There's Morgoth thought that he was doing he thought his idea was the one idea.
Yeah.
And so I liked how he was trying to manipulate her. I was saying ooh, the moment my evil master got beat, I suddenly felt God again and I'm okay now, right? It's no, you're not.
No, you're
Get
not.
out of here.
You're
Get
an
out
awful,
of here.
evil thing.
I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed all that entire sequence. I really enjoyed it. I liked how it showed how he was such a massive manipulator. Mm-hmm. That's the move with Sauron every time.
I like also how she was but you, what is she's like, but you saved me. He's like, well, you saved me.
Yeah.
And then she was like, but you were convinced the queen. He's like, you convinced the queen.
Yeah.
He's like, I wanted to stay in Numenor.
Yeah.
And then she's like, but you fought alongside me. He's like, against my enemies also. Because Adar, whatever. He was also an enemy of Sauron. Yes. So he's just like, what do you mean? Yeah. He's like, and then you took me here, you idiot.
Yep. You brought me right to where I need to be.
Yep.
Right to the forging of the rings.
Yeah. So
that was really, really good. And I was I was not a big fan of the Harfoot scenes.
It was very long. It was
the endings. Whatever. When the magic battle was happening, that was sweet. That was pretty sweet. I liked that a lot. I thought that was good. But when they're doing the long ass Nori's leaving and everyone's crying and everyone's hugging and we're seeing characters talk that we haven't seen talk before, that little kid.
Yeah, I guess that's Nori's sister, brother. I don't
fucking know. Who cares?
We're never gonna see them again.
Yeah, never again. Yeah, I'm just okay. we could be filling this with cooler content right now. Like, I really don't give a fuck.
Bring in some Prince Durin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, seriously, I would have traded half that scene for a Durin scene.
I would have traded the entire scene for
pretty much, yeah. The Harfoots are not the most compelling part of this show.
The stranger is compelling.
Yes. The Harfoots are not.
I agree with you on that. I will say the part where he's like Istar and he's like means wizard. Yeah. My first inclination in my head was like, why would they have a word for wizard? That makes no sense. That wizards aren't even real. Like they don't exist currently. Like, right. And then I was like, that makes no sense. And I was like, wait, wizards don't exist in our world.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
and we have names. Yeah. And magic's existed before in there, so I can't really.
Before we get back to that scene real quick, I will say the one thing I like the magic scene that I do really like. I like the magic. Because it's not that's what I'm looking for. It's not like, and I think the same thing in the movies. It's not like, like anime magic or something, or like even like Stormlight magic. It's like just magic.
Yeah.
Like it's not like specific magic. It's not like I used like lightning. Or like spell it. It's just like, oh, I'm using like the force of magic. I don't know. I kind of like that magic.
I enjoyed it in the show. I'm very torn on it. I don't know.
Why?
Here's the problem. I feel like, for some reason, my gut feels like it isn't acting like normal Lord of the Rings magic. Maybe it's too big or something. But my brain cannot figure out why I don't like it. It's one of those like head and heart things. It's like something feels off here, but I can't figure out what. Really? And I could be totally wrong because Gandalf has done big magic before, and it's I don't know, it's just so much more magic than usual. And maybe just the quantity is throwing me off. But I do enjoy how they're sticking to like, because that's the way Magic Lord of the Rings works. It's more like you can't really see the magic being done unless it's like affecting the area around you. It's not, there's no like energy beams coming out of people and stuff like that. No magic circles. It's all just sort of like, this unseen magic acting and doing stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like also is like what I like about it is like minus the carts all catching on fire.
Yeah.
Pretty much the magic's been pretty weak, honestly.
Yeah, more or less.
Like, it really doesn't, like, minus him, like, the last thing he did with the staff.
Yeah, where he banished them.
But pretty much just like, oh, look, there's fire out of my hand. And then, like, a shockwave that doesn't kill anybody.
No.
Not even dogs. Like, so, like.
No.
I feel like it's, like big magic, but it's not big magic because it's actually not really doing too much.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of like about it, because, like, it feels like old magic.
Yeah. Which would be Tolkien for sure.
Yeah, instead of like new magic where it's like you said, like lightning bolts, outer blast, and like
exactly, yeah.
People flying around doing crazy shit, and it's just like, which I like. I enjoy that magic.
It's great.
But back to the super slow scene that took forever.
Yeah, the Harfoots all saying goodbye. Just like there was like 3 different like long ass goodbyes, and I'm just like, I don't care about any of this. I'm very happy that we're leaving the Harfoots storyline.
Your classic. They went like Hobbit adventure.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're on an adventure.
With a hobbit.
A wizard. Yeah, and a wizard. It'll be interesting to see what they do next season. I don't know. Yeah. The Harfoots are not compelling to me. I've just been like, Meteor Man has been there. The Ishtari has been the biggest draw for me there. And then the moment he's out of the equation, like that entire fucking scene where they're saying goodbye, I'm just like, get the fuck done. I don't care about this. So hopefully much less of them next season and just Nori and the wizard.
Hopefully more Durin.
I could go for some more Durin. That Balrog in their basement is awesome.
Yeah.
I was very happy with the reveal of that and everything because I saw in the trailer they were getting a Balrog, and it's like, are they like laying out Durin's Bane this season? That seems kind of fast for them. Yeah, and it's not. They're just showing that it's down there in the depths of Moria.
Yeah. So I think that I agree with you. I'm glad they didn't do it this season.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. It might come out next season because the whole idea is they're going to try to drill in for Mithril there. And, as all of us know, the Balrog Durin's Bane hid in the deep tunnels under the earth left by Morgoth. And the dwarves got too greedy and dug too deep and released it. And that's what brings about the end of Khazad-dûm.
That is the shitty thing about, Durin with Durin.
Yeah.
Is, older Durin is like...
kind of right.
He's a dick about it. And you're like, fuck you, dude. But he's kind of
right. He's kind of right. There's an ancient
Hindsight's
evil.
20/20.
Exactly. Yes. There's an ancient evil sleeping down there.
He doesn't know that.
No, he does not. So that will just be that'll be a great scene next season and all that stuff. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I wonder when the next season is. Have we seen when the next season is?
I've not heard anything yet about it. But I have not researched anything about it because it took us till Saturday to watch this episode, so I pretty much just blacked out Lord of the Rings stuff, so I had no reveals.
Took us to Saturday. Yeah. Took us the next day.
That's a long time in terms of the internet, damn it. That's a long time.
Because we had to go to a haunted house. That was a lot of fun.
That was scary.
Oh, we got to talk about that on a different podcast.
Different podcast.
Should get Kels on for that one.
Yeah, be a good one.
But okay, so let's review it. First season, out of 10.
I'm gonna give it. It was a super fun season to watch all the way through. I do have my complaints with Canon at the end of the last episode. A lot of fun stuff. I'm gonna give it 8.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, 8.5. I would like to see them stick. I know there's copyright issues. I 100% understand that. I would like them to stick closer.
Tolkien family, stop being fucking dicks.
I know, yeah, but like
this is how they are with everything, I guess.
But I know, but I kind of understand it though. Like people can fuck up Lord of the Rings, and that's a big problem.
They can, but like, maybe open the copyrights now to Amazon. They've done a pretty good job.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, maybe. I would like to see them stick closer to canon though. Like the stories that we have, I'd like them to use them.
I really am interested to see like what they're actually like limited to do. Because maybe there are things that are like, we want to do it, but if we do it, we're going to get in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually interested. Because like they probably can't like do exact things out of the story.
Yeah. Right. So
I'm interested to see.
We'll see what happens. But 8.5. 8.5. It was cinematically, it was beautiful, and I loved all the characters more or less. Harfoots. And I think that there was. Give me one of my favorite lines. The Southlands are in trouble. Yeah. So I'm going to use that.
Southlands are in trouble.
Yep. I'm going to use that so much. Get ready to hear that a lot on the podcast.
The Southlands are in trouble.
The Southlands are in trouble.
Yeah. So about you? I thought it was really good. I think I gave it over a 9 for the first 3 episodes. But I think I'm going to go down into that. Not that I think the show is bad or anything like that. It's just...
That's how rankings work, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Really good. Really entertaining. Beautiful. I think I gave it like 8.8.
All right, wow, above me. All right,
bringing 88 back. All right. Yeah, I really, really enjoy it. There hasn't been an episode where I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
I've really sat back, relaxed. The canon stuff obviously means nothing to me. So unless it branches too far, like way, way, way too far.
Yeah, we'll see.
And you tell me like you're like Galadriel all of a sudden like marry Sauron. I'd be like, well, this is getting out of control.
That would not be cool.
I'd be like, well, this is getting out of control.
Yeah, that's a little insane here.
Where it's like, I was thinking like the way I think about it, I feel like it's like. If it does what Wheel of Time did, it's like, I didn't read the books of Wheel of Time, but you can feel like that it is breaking.
Yes.
Like, I feel like in Wheel of Time, even before you told me certain things, like I could feel
that it was stretching stuff. It was breaking things.
It just felt wrong. Like, I was like, why would that? What? That doesn't make any sense.
It felt like they you could feel it, like they cut a story up and then like tried to piece it together. Like I don't know. It's like they took a jigsaw puzzle and just like shook it up, set some of the pieces on fire, and then tried to finish the jigsaw puzzle, and then added in their own pieces. I don't understand.
Yeah, pieces from a different puzzle.
Exactly.
So far I haven't really felt that with the show. Kind of felt a little bit at the end with the rings. Just seemed like kind of a little fast. Maybe they should have slowed that down a little bit. You gave us like a 25-minute scene of Nori saying goodbye, but the ring scene took like 5 minutes.
I know, that would have been like so much cooler to like talk about.
Yeah, they could have talked about that a lot. That could have been like half the episode. Honestly.
Yeah, they definitely could have gotten more into the whole like why Galadriel chose to be 3 rings, because I don't think. I mean, there's no actual wording that says she doesn't do this, because she does. Like Celebrimbor makes the rings. She doesn't even get one originally. I think. I think it goes to someone else, and then eventually it goes to her. But yeah, it was weird to add that in, and then just like she suddenly has like 3, and it's like, where'd you get that from? Like that wasn't in the show anywhere. Yeah. So where did you just like come up with that number for like?
What was the reasoning? In case one's corrupted, 2 to balance.
Yeah, no, 1 corrupts, 2 causes like a conflict or something like that, and 3 is balance. Because like 2 will just butt heads.
Oh, that's
and 3 is like the unimpartial vote somehow. I don't understand it that much.
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, I was just like, well, okay.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay.
So that 8.8, very good, very very excited for next season. Very excited.
I can't wait to see what they do. I really can't. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be fun watching Sauron beat the living shit out of Adar and take over all the orcs and shit, because that's gonna happen.
That's gonna happen. Super cool.
So I think that'll be a really fun scene.
And I also think I did like the line where he's like, I've had many names.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a cool line.
Yeah, he's been awake since before the first silence or something like that. I like that a lot. Yeah,
he's been really.
Which I think harkens back to the creation of the world.
His actor is really, really good.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, so very excited for next season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Stay nerdy, everyone.
Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.